the future retail war, which is the biggest story. This is the entire story that we are going to cover today, and we are going to cover this in 4 parts. In the first part, we are going to understand the entire war story, that is between 3 parties: Reliance Retail, Amazon and Future Retail. In the second part, we will understand the acquisition of Future Retail by Reliance Retail, how Reliance Retail actually took over the business of Future Retail. In the third part, we will understand the current position of Future Retail and the challenges it is going to face now. In the fourth part, we will understand now the new position that Reliance Retail has acquired and how it has become the biggest player in the organized retail sector. Hello my dear friends, I welcome you all to my channel, the CAPower. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Part 1 of the Big Bazaar takeover story. 3 parties are involved and this is a retail war. The Future Group, Reliance Retail and Amazon. Until 2019, the Future Group was the biggest retail chain of supermarkets with about 1,500 stores across India. Amazon, already a player in the online retail business. Reliance, already a player in the offline retail business with a great presence in the retail markets with about 1,600 retail stores. Now both Amazon and Reliance, very big players in the retail business, and Future Group being the largest chain operator of supermarkets but in bad shape due to huge debts and interest repayment. Amazon, the biggest player in the online retail business, had dreams of getting into offline retail business as well. And Reliance Retail, having become very comfortable in the retail market situation with over 15 years of past experience, now was all set to grow. And Future Retail was in a little bit of a bad shape, only owing to huge debts, but at the same time it had very big market and it had a great and phenomenal goodwill that it had created. Now Amazon, because of its ambitions of getting into offline market, understood that Future Retail is the best opportunity to get started because it is the largest retail chain in India with over 1,500 dedicated supermarkets with a very huge customer base and an excellent goodwill that it has created. But because of the 2019 FDI, foreign direct investments rules, Amazon could not buy Future Retail upfront. So it gave an offer to Future Retail and purchased 49% stake in the Future Retail Coupons Limited. This was for a consideration of $200 million, that is 1,450 crore rupees. Amazon kept 2 conditions for Future Retail. The first condition was that it will have a voting right during the sale of assets of Future Retail, and secondly, Future Retail cannot sell its assets to Reliance Retail. Then came the COVID scenario, wherein the operations of Future Retail became very bad and the sales dropped very much because of the all India lockdown. People were not able to go to the Big Bazaar stores, and the Big Bazaar was unable to meet its salaries, expenses and interest cost. Corona had a very big hit on the Big Bazaar operations. At that time in 2020, during the time of Corona, the interest started piling up on Big Bazaar and the entire outflow on Big Bazaar was for about 22,000 crores. At that time, Reliance Retail struck a deal with Future Retail to take over all the assets pan-India level, including the 975 stores, for a consideration of 24,713 crore rupees. So there was this deal of sale struck between Future Retail and Reliance Retail for a consideration of about 24,000 crores for the takeover of all the 950 to 975 stores, including all the assets. Now as soon as Amazon got to know about this deal between Reliance Retail and Future Retail, it immediately shouted out that this deal is a clear violation of the understanding between Amazon and Future Retail happened in 2019 for a deal of consideration of 1,450 crore rupees, wherein Future Retail cannot sell its assets to Reliance Retail. Getting absolutely offended and scared, Amazon took this entire case and filed a petition in the Singapore International Arbitration Center, which is called SIAC, Singapore International Arbitration Center. It is considered a neutral center where the inter-country corporate wars are referred to. And as a judgment, the SIAC passed a verdict that this deal cannot go through. The deal between Future Retail and Reliance Retail cannot be taken forward, and it prevented the deal. So the takeover of the Future Retail could not happen by Reliance Retail in 2020, and the money which was supposed to be paid, 24,000 crores to Future Retail, was not paid. As a consequence, Future Retail was again dry of money and starving for money. It did not get the money, and even the deal did not go through. So even Reliance Retail had lot of trouble because it had the acquisition ambitions and the expansion plans in place, which was not able to go through. Even Amazon was not able to set up its offline business chain of stores in India, and most of all, Future Retail here got stuck because the deal of 24,000 crore rupees was not able to go through, and as a result it was not able to pay its secured creditors and the bankers. It was not able to pay the salaries, and at the same time the costs were mounting. Now the Future Retail, Mr. Kishore Biani, the Future Retail group clearly understood that it is better for Future Retail to make the sale to Reliance Retail because it was getting 24,000 crore rupees. So the Future Retail wanted to go through with this deal but was unable to go through with this deal because of the agreement with Amazon. So now, in order to get things moving and take things forward, what Future Retail did was it filed a petition in the Competition Commission of India, CII. On what grounds? So the Future Retail wanted to take the deal forward for 24,000 crore rupees, but it was stuck because of 1,450 crore rupees deal of the Future Coupons Limited with Amazon. These were the hidden facts of the case and the agenda of Amazon, which was brought out by Future Retail in the court of the Competition Commission of India, that the entire agenda of Amazon to strike the deal of the Future Coupons Limited was that Mr. Kishore Biani is unable or is prevented from doing the deal with Reliance Retail and selling off its assets. And this was brought out before the CII, that is Competition Commission of India. Commission of India understood the entire matter and said yes, it is right, and Future Retail cannot be prevented by any such condition that it cannot sell its assets to Reliance Retail. Hence the Competition Commission of India said that such a condition and such agreement is null and void, and that Future Retail is completely free and independent to go ahead and make a sale agreement with Reliance Retail freely for any consideration, and Amazon cannot prevent this from happening. Please follow the continuation of the story in part 2, 3 and 4.